Welcome back to Titan Academy. In this video, we will cover the user's information and your Titan account. To access this information, go to formtitan.com, log in, click on the My Account tab, and the Users sub-tab. In the Users section, you will see information about your Titan editors and your Titan collaborators. Editors are other Titan users that have permission to create and edit projects in this Titan account. You will see how many editors you currently have available and assigned. I currently have 10 with 4 assigned. To assign a new editor, click on the Assign button. Enter the person's first and last name and enter their email. Then set the appropriate permission. You can choose Custom, in which case the next button will be Enable. You can add permissions to create projects, delete folders, or as a power user. If you add power user permission, this gives permissions to this new user for all projects. Let's leave this as custom. If it's custom and you click on the next button, you can pick and choose which projects you want to give access and which levels of access. For example, we can give access to read and write this first project, but not to delete. If you grant for all, this will give permission to all projects. And if you grant power user, that will automatically include create and folder delete. When you click finish, this person will get an email address inviting them to be an editor in this account. Under collaborators, you can assign users from within Salesforce the ability to access certain Titan projects, specifically Titan document generation projects and Titan sign projects. Users will need collaborator permissions in order to access document or signature projects from within Salesforce. Let's look at an example. First, click Assign. You can choose one or more Salesforce users, one or more Salesforce profiles, or one or more Salesforce permission sets. Let's keep this simple and pick a user. I'll choose myself. Click Next. From here, in the Forms tab, choose which Titan forms you want to grant access, or click the top checkbox to select all. I'll just select a couple. Under the Sign tab, select which Titan sign projects you want to grant access and the type of access, either sign or void or both. I'll do that for a couple. Under Application Access, select the Sign Wizard in Salesforce checkbox to grant these users access to the Titan Signature Wizard in Salesforce. And for the application labeled Titan Document Add-on in Microsoft Word, select this if these users need permission to use this tool that is associated with Titan Contract Lifecycle Management. This is not used frequently, so I will leave that blank. Click Finish. You have now added a collaborator. Something to note about the collaborator limits. Same as with editors, Titan displays the number of collaborators that are used out of the total number available. Here, I've selected 4 out of 10. Collaborators are assigned to individual Salesforce user accounts. If, when selecting collaborators, you choose a profile or a permission set, there are some nuances in the limitations to be aware of. Let's say that I choose a permission set. Let's choose File Connect Permissions. I'll click Next, enable a couple of documents and a few signature projects. This is now added to my list of collaborators as Permission Set Group 2. That will enable, as a collaborator, any user in Salesforce that has the permission set or permission sets that I selected. Notice that here in the label, there is a 0 in parentheses. Collaborators are not counted against your limits if they are added through a permission set or a profile until they access and use a document or a Titan sign project from within Salesforce. So let's say a user who has access to the permission set that we selected accesses a Titan document that we've granted permissions to. This number will change from 0 to 1 since we are now counting that user, and this 4 would change to 5 since we have now used up one of those collaborators. This is important to notice when monitoring for your Titan usage and your limits. If you run over the number of collaborators, that will potentially cause issues. So be aware of that. Also, if a Titan document or a Titan sign project is called through some form of automation, such as a trigger, a flow, or a workflow, you will likely be using the Titan integration user. If the user in Salesforce does not have specific permission to the document or the sign project that is called, Titan will add them automatically to this collaborators list, and that will also count against your limits. So be aware of that. To purchase more editors or collaborators, click the associated 3 dots, choose the Buy More option, fill out the form and submit it. This is the example for editors. For collaborators, same thing. And that is how it's done.